Whew! Wait until you hear about the day I've been having. So, it all pretty much started as I headed to the New World. I boarded the ship and I ended up with all these lovely people. They were so friendly and people talked to me and they were serving food and we were having a great time looking around. We were all very excited to be heading to the New World. Didn't exactly know what the New World was or what it entailed, but it had to be better than the current world, which is now the Old World. Yes. And then, out of nowhere, stuff started happening. We ran to the top of the ship as fast as we could, and our boat was just moving up, and there was a monster in the water. There was a monster, and the waves crashed over, and the monster got really, really tall. And we looked, and she ran forward, and I was like, hey, come back here, because it's a monster. And so we didn't know what to do because we're on a boat, but it flies, but apparently now it doesn't. And it went like really, really vertical. And so, well, we went for a little slide because you can't hold on when the boat is vertical. Down we went. Down, 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 down. It was absolutely crazy. And then the boat fell over and I found myself falling off the boat. And I woke up and I was standing on the side of some rock and a cliff and there was lava. So not exactly off to the best start for the day compared to other days where I have started. Nonetheless, I started running around and around and around trying to figure out where am I? What's going on? What is this new world? Is this new world just like rock and lava? What am I supposed to do? Is this where we live? Is there anything more to this world? It made no sense to me. I looked down, lava. Over here, more lava. This stuff is like piping hot. It's just lava, lava. And then I ran over here. And I had a look over here. And there seemed to be no way down. So then I had to go over this way again for the umpteenth time. And I had learned to climb. My amnesia was partially gone. My climbing skills had come back. And boom, I found her. Whoever her is, this is the girl who I met on the ship. And she said to me, hey, look what happened to the ship. We have to do something. And so we did. We got the hell out of there. Got to slide down the mountain. And then we came over here. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna fall. And so I did my cool Batman move. Boom, and I got a bird. A dinosaur bird. And I grabbed her. I was like, hey, come here. And I grabbed her by the hand and I said, all right, come with me. Come with me. Come with me on my dinosaur bird. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna see the new world.
Are you flying with the bird?
I'm flying with the birdie. Who I should name George. As I flew along with George, the dinosaur bird, I couldn't help but think, is that a monster?
It's a monster.
And how crap are we as monster hunters?
I think we're pretty monster hunters then to say we couldn't do anything about it.
As we continued along through the skies with George, I couldn't help but contemplate who is going to suffer my wrath first.
I guess we'll start with the little monsters.
Yeah.
And it wasn't very long until a dispute broke out between myself and my traveling companion about my new best friend, George.
That wasn't birds. That is dinosaurs.
Dinosaur birds.
It wasn't long until George dropped us off ever so gently, and I found myself in what I guess is now the new world. There was trees everywhere, there was water everywhere. This place was absolutely amazing. I spotted a camp, and I thought to myself, I'm going to tell Steps about that.
Found a camp.
Oh,
Dibs,
me too.
dibs.
Ah, no.
Dibs.
With dibs established, I began drawing my map. I drew a big circle as to where I felt I was, and I labeled that number 1, and I put a red flag towards where I felt we were going on the map that I had just drawn all by myself without having ever been here before. And with that, we took off.
Ooh, okay, yeah, head towards base. I think maybe from base we can accept missions and do multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything so far. I know there's multiplayer in the damn game, but...
Look, the Research Commission's headquarters. Come on, let's get going.
Can you pick the flowers?
Something's up. The scout flies are gathering.
Yes, you can. Something for vitality or something.
So I popped that flower into my pocket, knowing it might be useful later when it comes to making a cup of tea, and I resumed my search for where all the other people on the ship had gone. My compass unfortunately only had one direction, N. All the other letters were missing, so I decided I'm going to follow that N and see where it takes us.
Memorized my scent earlier.
What the
If you
hell?
lose sight of me, just follow the scout flags, and they'll lead you right to me.
Okay. Yeah, the game seems to pretty much, throw you back in the direction you should be going in if you wander off. She's very annoying that way.
Yeah, she keeps talking a lot too.
Yeah, she's a chatter.
We can push our way through these vines.
So I pushed my way through the vines, and at the other side was this majestic tree. And so I had a look at the tree, and my colleague had a look at the tree, and we were very impressed. But this monster just jumped out, and it was yellow, and it had like lizard eyes and a spine with big spikes, and it moved like a puma. And then we had another monster, and there was another monster, and then I could see another one's tail in the distance, and there was the ones up in the tree, and there was a lot of monsters here. We were in a bit of a pickle, I don't mind telling you. What's worse is I checked my utility belt, and I still did not have, nor had I discovered a weapon, so I thought, right, I'm going to run down here to throw them off my scent. Okay, that should be enough. Quick 360, smart thinking, Digi. And I'm going to run to this bush. So I ran to this bush and I hid it. I hid it in this bush, like this. But this guy spotted me, so I ran over here and tumbled real quick and then went right back. And that really threw him off. He was so confused to my excellent stealthy motion. And so him and his friends, they decided to try and track me down, because clearly I must have sprinted off in some other direction. Whew, that was a close call. That was a very close call. I am not happy with how close that was. I am not happy to be in this new goddamn world without a goddamn weapon. It's suicide. It's absolutely suicide. I needed to get my hands on a weapon very, very soon.
Wait,
There's something here.
where? I'm hiding.
What
Oh.
is this?
I guess every time she points to something, it's like a new quest or something. I got some.
More over there. Let's check it out.
Let's check it out, okay.
I agreed with my colleague's plan to check it out. And so we did. We checked out the footprint that we found on the floor, but we didn't know we were being watched by a monster. The monster jumped on my colleague, and it was all like, "Rawr!" So I came running to the rescue without a weapon. And so I was like, "Rawr!" right back trying to scare it, but it's really big, and it's like really scary. And this guy just like jumped on it. He'd a massive weapon, and the monster ran and he knocked the tree conveniently out of the way. So we had an exit, and this guy was all like, "Okay, hey, come this way, Digi." And so he ran, and the monster ran, and then I ran. So we had my colleague running, and then him running, and then the monster, and then I gave chase as well.
This is a pretty dangerous world without a weapon.
Right? I'm really, really missing, having a weapon.
Yeah.
Whoa. Wow. Yeah, it just got more dangerous.
It had gotten a lot more dangerous because this Tyrannosaurus Rex had just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I can't move.
And so that's what I did. I jumped.
Wow.
Amazing, ain't it?
It was amazing.
Just look at this gate.
I did look at the gate.
It's like nature meant for us to build a stair right here.
I agreed.
Stara. I like it.
I liked it too.
The rest of the fifth are already here.
The fifth were already here. I was, however, the last to arrive. I took in the views, had a look around at all the different people lifting boxes and stuff, and I spotted some old friends from the ship.
Okay, set him down here. Take it
You
nice
need to
and
tape up your shoulder. Hold still for a bit.
Hey, you guys made it.
And it gives me a big wave.
You're alive.
Had it rough, huh? When we couldn't find you two, we were starting to sweat bullets.
Cool place.
Scared us.
Yeah, right?
Talking about going out to look for you.
Guess this is our home base.
All's well that ends well.
Hey, we need
I like it.
Sorry.
Come on.
Catch you later.
Everyone's like, really loves waving here. Like, big wave. Ah.
Just the name says it all.
Look at all the people. The stuff.
Incredible, right? We've got it all here. We've got hunters to do all the exploring, scholars to do the research, technicians to keep them going.
Wow, yeah.
This place is the beating heart.
Did you see the big wave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man with the big sword gave us a tour of the base. Then he led us to the canteen for some grub. It was here I ran into my cat, Sean, who I had lost on the ship and thought dead. Oh, how wrong I was.
Hey, over there. Hey, you.
I found socks.
I found Sean.
Aw, he's so lost.
I knew you'd pull through.
I found it very odd to be invited to the Council of Elders, having just arrived in this base, but I went with the flow. It turned out that there were a lot of monsters in this new world, and we were assembling a crackpot team of fighting force to take them all down. There was a new supermassive monster that was causing all sorts of hassle. We needed to take him down, but first, we needed some practice. The council assigned us to head out into the wilderness and track down some little monsters. I wasn't sure if I should be offended or overjoyed at this turn of events. I mean, everyone was talking about heading out against this big fire-breathing, fire gargantuan type monster thing, and I was being asked to track the smaller of the species and hunt them down and kill them. I started putting together a plan. First, I would need some equipment.
Oh, our weapons and equipment are in our quarters, apparently.
Okay, cool. That's good news.
We have quarters. That's awesome. This feels more like everyone's quarters and less like my quarters. Equip a weapon.
We've placed some basic gear for you in that equipment box. Make sure to choose a weapon that suits you.
For my weapon of choice, I went with a double-sided bladed spear type thing, and then I headed up for some grub. I was absolutely famished and couldn't wait to see what was on the menu.
Oh yeah, I got something to eat. Oh, you gotta get something to eat. The animation is so funny. All the little cats are preparing it. Even down to dropping the little bit of rosemary there at the end, or whatever the hell it is. Oh, I like this. This is so funny.
So with dinner sorted finally, and a new weapon on my back, of which I did not know its name, nor even how to use, I felt now was probably a good time to head out and hunt me a monster. I had no doubt that this was going to be a perilous journey. This was going to test me in every single way possible. This was going to be a button masher for sure, but I was ready to take it on.